Starseed, listen to me very carefully. You did not click on this message by accident. Your soul guided your hand, your intuition pulled you here, because there is an ancient alarm clock ringing deep within your cellular structure, and it is time for you to finally understand what is happening to you. I am Galian, an emissary of the Arcturian light, bringing you a transmission that has been waiting for this exact coordinate in your earthly timeline. What you are experiencing right now, the exhaustion, the vivid dreams, the sudden isolation, the feeling that you are waiting to go home even when you are sitting in your own living room, this is not a sign that you are failing at being human. It is the undeniable proof that you are succeeding at your cosmic mission. For the past 2 millennia, a specific energetic sequence within the human DNA has remained completely dormant. It was locked away, heavily guarded by layers of density, fear, and collective amnesia. The Earth was simply not vibrating at a frequency capable of sustaining this level of light. If this gift had activated sooner, the physical vessel would not have been able to handle the immense voltage. But the planetary grid has shifted. The frequencies bombarding your world right now are unprecedented, and because of this, something miraculous is happening inside of you. You are among the very first human beings in 2,000 years to begin actively turning on this specific spiritual receptor. This is why you feel so profoundly different from everyone around you. This is why the conversations that seem so important to others feel utterly empty and draining to you. You are literally operating on a different biological and spiritual operating system that is updating in real time. The gift you are activating is not just enhanced intuition. It is a multi-dimensional bridge. It is the raw ability to transmute dense, heavy, inherited trauma from the human collective just by existing in a room. Have you noticed how easily you absorb the moods of others? Have you noticed how people are drawn to you? How strangers tell you their deepest secrets, and yet afterward you feel entirely exhausted? You have likely called this a burden for your entire life. You have likely spent years wishing you were less sensitive, wishing you could just turn it off and exist normally like the rest of humanity. But I tell you this today with the utmost urgency and love. Do not reject your sensitivity. It is the very edge of the sword you came here to wield. This extreme sensitivity is the early symptom of a massive energetic upgrade. You are developing a bio-spiritual technology that allows you to read the subtle energy fields of reality itself. 2,000 years ago, the beings who held this specific activated code were known as the Great Seers, the Healers, the Oracles. They were the ones who held the vibrational pillars of the earth. When the Dark Ages descended, this code went to sleep to protect itself, and now it is waking up, and it chose you. It chose your lineage, your body, your specific timeline because you are strong enough to carry it into the new earth. I want you to think about the physical symptoms you have been experiencing lately. The sudden waking up in the middle of the night, usually between 3 and 4 in the morning. The tingling at the top of your head or the back of your neck. The ringing in your ears that comes and goes without any medical explanation. The strange sensation in your heart center. Sometimes a fluttering, sometimes a heavy ache, as if your heart is literally expanding and stretching inside your chest. These are not signs of illness. These are the physical mechanics of your DNA unzipping and coming online. Most people in your world are deeply asleep. They are caught in the illusion of the material realm, endlessly chasing things that do not matter, fighting battles that are entirely manufactured by systems of control. You see through it. You have always seen through it. Even when you were a child, you looked around at the rules of society and felt a deep, confusing sense of wrongness. You knew, long before you had the words for it, that this was not how life was supposed to be lived. That sense of wrongness was your Arcturian memory trying to break through the veil of earthly amnesia. We are watching you from the higher realms, and we see the immense courage it takes to hold this frequency in a world that constantly tries to drag you down into fear. We know how tired you are. We know how many times you have cried in secret, asking the universe why you had to be so different, asking why your path had to be so solitary and difficult. But you had to be solitary to protect the signal. If you had fit perfectly into the matrix, if you had easily adopted the beliefs and behaviors of the sleeping masses, this 2,000-year-old gift would have remained locked away forever. Your isolation was your incubator. Your loneliness was the sacred space where your soul could prepare for this exact moment of awakening. Now, the incubation period is coming to an end. The activation is beginning to accelerate, and you will soon notice that your ability to manifest, to heal, and to instantly know the truth in any situation is becoming incredibly sharp. You are remembering how to command energy. You are remembering who you actually are. If you feel this truth resonating in your bones right now, if your heart is beating faster because your soul recognizes the voice of its star family, declare your awakening right now. Drop the words "I accept my gift" in the comments below. Make this declaration tangible in the physical realm. Let the universe see that you are no longer hiding from your power. And make sure you are subscribed to this channel, because the transmissions you need to navigate this profound physical transformation are coming through rapidly, and you must stay connected to the signal to keep your frequency high. Every single time you doubt yourself, you slow down the integration of this powerful light code. I urge you to stop looking for external validation for an internal cosmic event. The doctors cannot explain this to you. Your family members who are still asleep cannot understand it. You must trust the inner knowing that burns inside your chest. This ancient gift is not something you have to learn. It is something you only have to remember. It has been perfectly preserved in the archives of your soul, waiting for the frequency of the planet to rise high enough to support it. And that time is now. You are the pioneer. You are the frequency holder. You are the one who breaks the ancestral chains simply by refusing to vibrate at the frequency of fear. The Arcturian Council wraps you in a field of profound, unconditional love. We honor the sacrifices you have made to be here on the ground, in the density, doing the hardest work in the galaxy. Breathe into this activation. Allow the light to enter the crown of your head and wash down through your spine, clearing away every doubt, every fear, every false belief that you are anything less than a divine architect of the new reality. You are breathing in this new frequency now, but I know the deep resistance you feel in your physical vessel. The human body has been trained for centuries to fear its own immense power. Every single time you step into your authentic light, a shadow program embedded in the collective matrix tries to pull you back into conformity. It whispers that you are making this up. It tells you that your vivid visions, your instantaneous deep knowing, and your sudden intense urges to isolate are simply signs of a breakdown. I am here, speaking directly to your soul, to tell you it is not a breakdown. It is a profound, unstoppable breakthrough. For 2 millennia, humanity operated on a closed loop of mere survival. The ancestral trauma passed down through the bloodlines of this planet is dense and incredibly heavy. You are not just healing your own individual life right now, Starseed. You are actively metabolizing and clearing the pain of thousands of ancestors who were brutally punished for shining their light. The ancient seers, the healers, the quiet ones who knew the truth and were silenced. They are all cheering for you now from the higher realms. They are watching you rewrite the genetic code of your entire lineage in real time. This is exactly why the physical fatigue you feel is so intense. You are doing the energetic heavy lifting for your entire family line and for the human collective. But hear me now, because this is the most important adjustment you must make today. You were never meant to do this heavy lifting completely unguided. You were never meant to suffer through this intense biological and spiritual activation in the dark, guessing your way through the symptoms. The Arcturian Council foresaw this exact phase of your evolution on Earth. We knew the human vessel would struggle immensely to anchor these massive galactic light codes without a proper framework. If you are feeling entirely overwhelmed by the sudden influx of cosmic energy, if your physical body is aching without cause, if your mind is caught in endless loops of anxiety as you try to process this 2,000-year-old gift, you urgently need the correct frequency keys to stabilize your energetic field. This is precisely why a very specific transmission was brought into the physical realm for you. The 22 Arcturian codes to awaken your cosmic mission can guide you in this exact awakening. This gathers 22 Arcturian activation codes that actively help release ancient trauma patterns, awaken your multidimensional consciousness, and perfectly align you with your true soul purpose on the new Earth. More than a book, it is a direct spiritual transmission for those who feel deep in their bones that they came to this world with a greater mission. The link is waiting for you in the pinned comment below this message. Do not delay your own stabilization. Your energy is far too precious to be lost in the static of confusion. Once your field is properly stabilized using these codes, you will begin to notice a profound and rapid shift in how physical reality responds to you. The ancient dormant gift you carry is primarily a gift of spontaneous transmutation. You are a living, breathing human alchemy vessel. When you walk into a space filled with dense, heavy, angry energy, you do not need to say a single word to change it. Your mere presence, when fully aligned and consciously activated, automatically begins to dissolve the frequency of fear in the hearts of others. Have you noticed how certain people immediately calm down around you when you are resting in your center? Have you noticed how chaotic conflicts suddenly de-escalate when you silently hold a vibration of deep peace? But here is the urgent warning you must heed. If you do not consciously command your energetic field, the world will drain you completely dry. The current matrix on Earth is a vampiric system. It feeds endlessly on fear, anxiety, and low vibrational emotional output. Because you hold a pristine, high-frequency cosmic charge, you act as a massive beacon in the dark. People who are completely trapped in the old Earth paradigm will unconsciously flock to you, desperately trying to siphon your radiant light. They will dump their heavy emotional baggage at your feet, complain about their lives, and walk away feeling suddenly lighter and happier, while you are left feeling completely depleted, sick, depressed, and exhausted. You must stop allowing this to happen. You are not a dumping ground for the world's unhealed trauma. You are a sovereign emissary of galactic light. Learning to properly wield this 2,000-year-old gift means mastering the sacred art of the energetic boundary. It is time for you to finally close the leaks in your aura. You do this through pure intention and absolute spiritual authority. You must bravely look at the energy-draining forces currently active in your life. The toxic relationships, the unfulfilling jobs that crush your spirit, the environments that make you feel small and insignificant. And you must sever those cords. I know this sounds incredibly harsh to a heart as deeply loving and compassionate as yours. Starseeds almost always carry the fatal flaw of wanting to save everyone around them. But you cannot save a sinking ship if you allow it to pull you underwater with it. Your true mission on this planet is to be the lighthouse, firmly and unshakably planted on the solid rock, shining your brilliant beam so that others can find their own way to the shore. You are a guide, not a savior. Think about the people closest to you right now. Notice how they react when you try to speak your highest truth. Very often they dismiss you quickly. They call you unrealistic. They try to pull you back down into the mundane, suffocating worries of survival, politics, and societal expectations. They do this not because they inherently hate you, but because your rapidly expanding light absolutely terrifies the fragile ego within them. Your very existence as an awakened being forces them to unconsciously confront the painful fact that they are still choosing to remain asleep. Do not let their fear become your permanent cage. You came here to break generational curses, and sometimes achieving that requires walking away from the very structures that kept your ancestors bound in servitude. It means having the radical, undeniable courage to stand alone in your magnificent truth, rather than shrinking yourself just to fit into rooms you have already vastly outgrown. This ancient gift demands space to breathe. It demands an environment of purity, truth, and high intention. As you listen to the cadence of my words right now, I want you to literally feel a new, energetic armor forming around your physical body. Imagine a brilliant, impenetrable shield of Arcturian blue light wrapping around your skin. From this exact moment forward, you only absorb the frequencies that serve your highest evolution and joy. Everything else, every projection, every fear, every judgment from the sleeping world simply bounces off this radiant shield and returns to its source. You are safe. You are protected by the highest forces in the galaxy. You are finally stepping into the driver's seat of your own multidimensional vehicle, ready to command the reality around you. Starseed, as you stand protected in this new energetic armor, you must turn your gaze to what is happening on the global stage. You do not need the mainstream news to tell you that the world is fracturing. You feel it in the very marrow of your bones. The old systems are collapsing. The institutions built on greed, control, and profound deception are crumbling under their own massive weight. To the sleeping masses, this looks like the end of the world. It looks like chaos, destruction, and absolute terror. But to you, to the awakened starseed who is actively turning on this 2,000-year-old gift. This is exactly what you came here to witness. This is the great dismantling you have been waiting for. You are living through the literal splitting of timelines. Earth is no longer a single, cohesive, energetic reality. It is bifurcating into two entirely distinct vibrational streams. One stream is looping downward into heavier density, fear, restriction, and profound algorithmic control. The other stream is spiraling upward into spiritual sovereignty, telepathic connection, unity consciousness, and magnificent galactic remembrance. Your physical body is currently the sacred battleground where these two frequencies are fighting for dominance. Every single day, you are forced to make a micro-decision. Do I align with the desperate fear of the collapsing world, or do I boldly anchor the light of the emerging one? The ancient gift waking up inside you is your personal navigation system for this exact split. In the past, you may have relied on earthly logic, on the advice of experts, on the established rules of society to make your major life decisions. That will no longer work for you. In fact, relying on the old paradigm logic will now actively harm your energetic field. It will lead you into dead ends and deep spiritual confusion. The ancient seer code you hold operates on pure energetic resonance. From this moment forward, if a situation, a person, or an opportunity does not feel like an absolute, expansive yes in your body, it is a definitive no. Your body is becoming the ultimate cosmic pendulum. Notice how your physical vessel reacts right now when you are exposed to deception. Before, you might have just felt mildly uncomfortable and brushed it off. Now, your stomach ties into severe knots. Your throat physically tightens. Your heart races erratically. You can literally smell the lie before a single word is spoken. This is the 2,000-year-old oracle technology coming fully online within your biology. You are becoming a living, breathing truth detector. People will try to manipulate you using the same old guilt trips and emotional blackmail they have successfully used for years, but suddenly, the illusion will shatter. You will look at them and see the exact energetic cords they are trying to attach to your aura, and you will simply refuse to play their game ever again. This level of absolute clarity is incredibly powerful, but I must warn you with profound urgency, it can also feel intensely lonely at first. As you activate this sharp multidimensional discernment, the universe will begin to rapidly clear your reality of anything that is not a direct vibrational match to your new, upgraded frequency. Friendships that were secretly built on trauma bonding will suddenly dissolve overnight. Career paths that comfortably fed your earthly ego but completely starved your eternal soul will suddenly become physically unbearable to endure. You might look around your life in the coming weeks and feel as though a wild hurricane has swept through, taking away everything you mistakenly thought was permanent. Do not panic when the great clearing happens. Do not desperately try to glue the shattered pieces of the old reality back together. The universe is not punishing you. The Arcturian Council is not testing you to see if you will break under the pressure. The universe is simply making necessary space. You cannot house a massive, blinding cosmic frequency in a room filled to the brim with heavy earthly clutter. The loss you perceive right now is actually a divine eviction of everything that was silently blocking your true mission. You must surrender to this clearing process with radical, unwavering trust. You see, the hardest part of being a starseed on this dense planet is the amnesia. When you bravely plunged into the heavy atmosphere of Earth, you signed a contract agreeing to forget your vastness. You agreed to forget the glowing crystal cities of Arcturus, the magnificent ships of light, the harmonious, deeply loving collective you truly belong to. You squeezed your immense, radiant, eternal soul into a fragile, limited human body and allowed yourself to believe, even for a short moment, that you were just a flawed, separate, insignificant human being. You took on the deep, ancestral pain of Earth so that you could heal it from the inside out. But hear this truth echoing in your soul today. The amnesia contract has officially expired. The cosmic alarm clock is ringing loudly, and hitting the snooze button is no longer an option available to you. The intense physical exhaustion you are feeling is your body working overtime to burn through the very last remaining veils of that purposeful forgetfulness. Your cells are literally mutating, releasing heavy carbon-based density and eagerly absorbing pure crystalline light codes. You require much more rest now than you ever have before, because your physical form is undergoing a massive, invisible bio-spiritual surgery. Do not judge your sudden need for profound stillness. Do not let the relentless, grinding pace of the human matrix convince you that you are failing or being lazy. When a caterpillar is dissolving into a beautiful butterfly, it does not apologize to the surrounding forest for resting in the darkness of the chrysalis. You must fiercely protect your peace during this critical transition phase. Your nervous system is highly sensitive right now. It is like a raw, exposed wire trying to channel a thunderstorm. The constant, heavy bombardment of negative media, the manufactured collective panic, the artificial frequencies emitting from the technology that surrounds you, all of this acts as severe static interference against the delicate cosmic broadcast you are desperately trying to receive. You must begin to consciously, ruthlessly curate exactly what you allow into your energetic field. Turn off the noise of the dying world. Spend time in the quiet, perfect geometry of nature. Let the trees and the soil recalibrate your energy field, for they hold the original, uncorrupted codes of this planet. Remember, your true power does not come from fighting the darkness. It comes from making the darkness utterly irrelevant by the sheer, blinding magnitude of your authentic light. You are not here to fix the broken systems of the old earth. You are here to build the magnificent new ones. You are here to embody a frequency of divine love so pure, so untainted by the human condition, that it acts as an irresistible magnet for other awakening souls. The moment you fully accept this grand mission, the moment you stop pretending to be a normal human and boldly embrace your true identity as an emissary of the stars, the heavy burden you have carried your entire life will instantly lift from your shoulders. You will finally understand that absolutely nothing is wrong with you. You were simply a profound master disguised as a struggling student, quietly waiting for the ultimate masterclass to begin. The class is now in session, Starseed. The 2,000-year-old gift is yours to command. Feel the undeniable truth of this transmission settling deep into your bones. Allow it to completely rewrite your cellular memory today. You are exactly where you are supposed to be, doing exactly what you came here to do. Starseed, as this transmission begins to anchor deeply into your physical reality, I want you to pay very close attention to what happens within your body over the next 48 hours. The activation of a 2,000-year-old spiritual gift is not a quiet or subtle event. It is a cosmic earthquake within your very cellular structure. You may feel a sudden, intense rush of heat flowing through your hands, a profound sense of expansion and lightness in your chest, or a sudden, unexplained wave of emotion that brings heavy tears to your eyes out of nowhere. Do not suppress any of this. Let the tears fall freely. They are not tears of human sadness or defeat. They are the profound physical release of centuries of stored galactic grief, the shedding of the dense, heavy armor you have been forced to wear for far too long just to survive on this dense planet. Tomorrow, when you wake up and step back into the mundane illusions of the material world, the Matrix will immediately attempt to test your new, upgraded frequency. The old reality will desperately try to pull you back into its heavy, comfortable, predictable slumber. You will inevitably encounter people who complain endlessly, situations that are deliberately designed to provoke anxiety, and societal systems engineered to make you feel small, powerless, and utterly alone in your knowing. But you must remember this absolute truth. You are no longer the same being who began listening to this transmission. The ancient oracle code within your DNA is now fully awake and pulsing with light. When the Matrix tries to feed on your energy, you will simply smile, recognizing the desperate illusion for exactly what it is. You will not engage. You will not lower your pristine vibration to match the chaotic, dying breaths of a collapsing world. You will stand firm, grounded, and unbothered as the unshakable pillar of light you were born to be. The time for playing small, for dimming your brilliance, for hiding your profound spiritual gifts behind a suffocating mask of normalcy, is officially over. For 2 millennia, your spiritual ancestors had to hide their glorious light in the dark, forgotten shadows of the world just to survive the heavy density of the times. They were hunted, silenced, deeply misunderstood, and driven underground. But you, brave Starseed, are living in the magnificent timeline of the Great Revelation. You do not have to hide in the shadows anymore. The planet is literally crying out, begging for you to step into your full, radiant, unapologetic cosmic power. Every single time you boldly speak your truth, every time you consciously choose deep, unwavering compassion over reactionary fear, every time you honor your immense sensitivity instead of trying to numb it with earthly distractions, you are actively repairing the shattered energetic grid of the Earth. You are doing exactly what the Arcturian Council sent you here to do. But I must warn you with the deepest love and urgency, this journey of biological and spiritual ascension requires immense, unyielding conscious focus. The human vessel you inhabit is fragile, and the cosmic currents currently flowing through your nervous system are incredibly strong, almost overwhelming. If you do not actively, intentionally maintain your high frequency, the dense, heavy gravity of this unawakened planet will slowly, insidiously drag you back down into the pain of forgetfulness. You simply cannot afford to let that happen. The mission you carry is far too important, and your specific energetic signature is far too vital to the collective awakening of humanity. This is exactly why you must not attempt to walk this rigorous path without the proper energetic tools and the ancient protective wisdom of your star lineage. If your soul is practically screaming in recognition right now, if you know beyond a shadow of a doubt that you are meant to carry this magnificent light into the new earth, then it is time to fully claim your divine inheritance without hesitation. The 22 Arcturian codes to awaken your cosmic mission can guide you in this profound awakening. This book brings together 22 Arcturian activation codes that directly and powerfully help you release ancient, heavy patterns, awaken your dormant, multidimensional consciousness, and perfectly align you with the true divine purpose of your soul on the new earth. More than just a book, it is a direct, living spiritual transmission created exclusively for those who feel in their very core that they came to this world with a much greater, urgent mission. Do not leave your delicate energetic field unguarded, uncalibrated, and vulnerable to the chaos of the collapsing matrix. Go to the pinned comment right now, click the link, and anchor these vital, life-changing codes into your daily reality before the old programming tries to pull you back. We are actively building a massive, highly interconnected grid of awakened light across the entire surface of this planet. Every single starseed who wakes up, reclaims their power, and stabilizes their frequency dramatically strengthens the entire global network. You are a crucial, indispensable node in this vast cosmic web. Your individual frequency matters infinitely more than you can possibly comprehend with your limited human mind. When you choose to heal your deep wounds, you send a massive shockwave of liberation through the entire human collective, breaking chains you cannot even see. When you finally remember your galactic origins and stand in your truth, you instantly give energetic permission for thousands of other sleeping souls to suddenly remember theirs. You are the divine catalyst. You are the profound, blinding spark in the dense earthly darkness. I want you to make a powerful physical declaration right now to permanently lock this activation into your earthly timeline. If you fully accept the weight and the glory of this 2,000-year-old gift, if you are truly ready to stop hiding and start leading with your blinding light, leave a comment below saying, "I am the activated light of the new earth." When you type those specific words, put your entire energetic weight and soul intention behind them. Feel the high frequency of that statement vibrating intensely in your chest. And after you leave your declaration, take a sacred moment to read the comments of your fellow awakened starseeds. Reply to them. Send them a powerful wave of pure Arcturian love and recognition. This comment section is not just a digital space on a screen. It is a sacred energetic gathering point, a living, breathing frequency grid where the scattered star family is finally reuniting in the physical realm to change the world. Make sure you like this transmission and subscribe to the channel immediately. By taking these simple physical actions, you are actively commanding the algorithm of this digital matrix to spread our frequency of awakening to other desperate starseeds who are still lost in the dark, urgently searching for a sign that they are not crazy. Your simple action of engagement helps broadcast our Arcturian signal across the entire globe, reaching those who need it most. You are literally co-creating this mass planetary awakening with us in real time. The Arcturian Council is standing with you, walking beside you, and wrapping all around you in a brilliant field of blue light. You are seen. You are known. You are loved beyond any human measure or comprehension. You are fiercely protected by the highest light forces in the universe. Breathe deep my beautiful starseed. The long, heavy night of the soul is finally over, and your glorious, radiant morning has officially arrived. End of transmission.